Good morning.
Good morning, Art Beauty Equilibrium Podcast family, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
Episode 269.
69.
What we got for them, G?
Let's see. Should weed be treated like alcohol? We got a new study that shows that weed is really increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke.
Really?
That's coming up, yeah, amongst other topics. We're also going to talk about the Lakers being sold. Kendrick Lamar has a new college course. Charleston White got in the ring with the Island Boy. Beat him up.
What?
Yeah, Oklahoma Thunder. Of course, they won.
I told you.
The Diddy trial is reaching its final stages.
Diddy?
They found a missile off Figueroa.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're going to get into all of that. So, yeah, missile on Fig.
Wait a minute. So they got they got the on Fig, and now they got missiles too.
They got missiles.
Oh,
got rockets.
Boy.
All right, so let's see. First things first. Lakers. How you feel about that? They have been sold. The Buss family finally sold their majority stake, and they're sold. It's like an end of an era. Our whole life.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was going to say our whole life. You know, the Lakers have been underneath the ownership of the Buss family, and now they sold the Lakers.
Well, they still have ownership, right? They didn't sell it. They just sold majority of it.
Right, so the majority. So basically, they don't have the majority ownership to make the decisions anymore.
Right. But the people, I like it because the people who they sold it to are the same people that bought the Dodgers.
That's why I'm excited.
And you see, the Dodgers is turned up.
Right. I see that. I see your jersey. I see that.
Thank you. And two, right, from what I gathered, after the Buss children, they can't inherit it to their kids. Like once, like it's not generational, type situation with this, organization. Like
right.
Once the Buss children fall off, this, the majority of the shares, they just start dividing between the rest of the kids, the Buss kids, and then once they're gone, they're gone. No one else gets any money. So I think that this is a good move for them because they're going to make some money off the situation, and they can make some different moves.
And I feel like $10 billion is a pretty nice price tag.
And I was just about to say that because from where it came from to where it is now, that's.
And in her interest, like you said, her interest is not dissolved. So she's still, she got a $10 billion payout, and she's still involved in some type of way. So.
And you got to think, 10 billion.
Right.
Like, you shut it down with that. So.
Right.
Congratulations are in order to the OKC Thunder. My family, shout out to my family out there. They were texting. Bragging a little bit. It's all good.
I told y'all.
Yeah.
I called it.
Youngest roster in the league. They delivered. And it's just could be the start of a new dynasty. They did that. Yeah. Even though, man, that was painful to watch, man.
Yeah, Halliburton got hurt.
Halliburton. Right? Early, first quarter.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing we've been seeing on that push off. So you think about this. You got Halliburton pushed off. Keely's pop. Who else?
Achilles?
Tatum. Same thing.
Yeah.
Pushed off.
Yep.
Keely's pop. And y'all help me out. I can't think of the brother's name in Milwaukee.
Oh shit.
Damian Lillard.
Oh yeah,
Lillard.
yes.
All of them pushed off Achilles pop. That's sad. But shout out to No Excuses. You know, they did their thing. They won. So shout out to OKC. That's crazy. Youngest team in the league.
Yeah,
Did it. Got it done.
Congrats,
you need that
y'all.
energy.
I
Work
told
for it.
y'all.
Yep, they work for it.
Where Nate at? I told y'all they was gonna win.
Yeah. Halliburton. Rest up. Hope to see you back, man. He's an amazing player.
Yeah, him and Tatum and Dame Lillard. You know, we want fresh. We want fresh athletes next season.
That's
fresh.
blood for them. I feel like that's a good situation happened over there in OKC.
Yeah. Hey, that's right, Damon. That's what I was gonna say too. They all wore 0. So Damian Lillard, Tatum, and Halliburton wore 0, and they all popped their Achilles in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, y'all need to
Same
change
year.
y'all numbers.
That's crazy.
Y'all need to change y'all numbers for real. Yeah.
Moving on, man. Charleston White versus the Island Boys. So, you know, they set up a real fight. They streamed it. And he beat that boy up, man.
Well, look,
Charleston
I
White
didn't
beat
see
him
it.
up.
So after the podcast, I got to watch this.
Beat him up with, and you know he got one eye.
Yes, I know, man. Look,
Hey,
look,
man.
look.
And listen.
Who
don't-
Charleston White does?
Yeah.
Has one eye.
Don't say nothing to me again. Don't say nothing to me.
You know, I just feel like this. A lot of times, no, Charleston has been challenged in so many ways. He's been challenged so many ways. Challenged, threatened, everything, you know?
I don't know who the Island Boys are, so I can't wait to see, you know.
Oh, the Island Boys, yeah, they went viral. They basically internet celebrities.
What's that mean?
You know, for no reason.
And they're like, what? Like, he's like 20 years their senior, right?
Yeah, he's like half.
Oh
Charleston
man,
White's
you
age.
can't have old school put the pause on you. Know what I mean?
Pause on him, man.
See, that's the look. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm willing to put money on these old school cats versus these young cats because these young players they don't have knuckles.
Right.
They don't.
Hey, that's what we call an OG right there. That's an OG.
you know what else too? It kind of
You got that man strength.
Yeah, I was about to say that grown man strength. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's grown man strength, and it's a way to like really rectify a little problem because you could talk all you want. Ain't nobody really got nobody put on no weapons or nothing. This was like a real fight in the ring.
And I can respect
They got
that.
their issue. Exactly. You can respect that. Got their issue in. He beat you down. It's nothing to talk about. Now, you know, unless you want a rematch, they could run it back because Charleston White was like, how you feel? He said, like a YN.
How appropriate.
Oh,
How appropriate.
Yeah. He said, like a YN. He said, line up the next one.
Oh man.
Because he all about his money. So, yeah.
I'm not mad at Charleston, but look, take your victory and go sit down somewhere, player.
That part.
You know.
So tell us about Kendrick Lamar's college course at Temple.
At Temple University, they're launching the
Shout out to
Kendrick
K-Dot.
Lamar. Exactly.
Yeah,
K-Dot
for
over
real.
here from Compton to Temple University.
Come on, y'all.
Come on now.
Boy,
Okay, so
that
he's,
is amazing.
The series is called Kendrick Lamar and the Morale of the MAAD City. Okay, so it's going to start this fall, right? And they're going to be covering it with Timothy Welbeck, the professor over there. He'll be analyzing the lyrics, the impact on Black culture, and so much more. But that is such a great accolade to
Yes,
have
that is.
once again behind your back or whatever, and everything that he's been. I mean, everything up for Kendrick and everything that he's
Shout
been
out
doing
to
for the
Kendrick,
past just few years just shows the impact on culture, the impact on a lot of the influence that he has right now. So I just want to shout out to Kendrick Lamar, also from Compton myself.
Hello.
Okay.
And that is really amazing for Temple to have a class for his lyrics. I know back in the a while back we were listening to what was it? Dissect or something?
Dissect, yeah.
And
Shout
the
out
way
to Dissect.
this cat was breaking down his lyrics, right?
Right,
So
right.
I hope they have a course similar to what Dissect was doing because Dissect was breaking down the lyrics and it was like it made you have a newfound look on his craft. The dude is Kendrick is amazing. When I said a while back, Kendrick's my favorite rapper now, I am not playing. The dude is Unreal.
And I just want to say this,
Stand up.
especially in the literary sense. So if we, like we talked about the, I mean, we kind of went down the rabbit's hole with his lyrics ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just feel like when you talk about all those literary, uses that he put inside of his lyrics, and now they're at a very, 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 very prestigious university.
Yeah.
And let me just shout out to another coincidence. I just went to celebrate Dr. Ego Ofegbu.
Hello.
Doctor,
Wait a minute.
exactly.
Doctor.
She
That's
needs
right.
she needs an applause.
There you go.
She just received her residency right here in California. But guess where she just graduated med school from? Temple University. So they putting
What?
out,
Oh,
y'all putting
that's
out greatness
amazing.
over there in Temple. You know what I
That
mean?
is-
So shout out to
that
Philly.
is shout
out
out.
to Temple University.
Yes,
That's right.
yes. And
There you
man, and sidebar.
Black excellence over there.
Did you hear them lyrics of Kendrick on the new clips?
Oh, no, I haven't heard that yet.
Look. Man, look. We gonna need a fire extinguisher for Kendrick, boy, because that boy's on fire.
Nice. I like it.
Man.
Love it.
What we got next,
Moving
G?
on, man. Now it's time for the deep dive, man. Can you tell us about this study where they said weed and the connection between heart attack risk? I know don't nobody want to hear this, but
So, question. Go ahead and get into it. But I know my main question is it just weed, or was it when people mix? How people wrap their
No,
weed
it's
blunts?
cannabis. It's cannabis.
Just the cannabis?
It's straight cannabis. Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
listen to these numbers, you guys. 29% higher risk of coronary syndrome, acute coronary syndrome,
Oh no.
and 20% more risk of stroke.
and who did the
So,
study?
I think. Oh, let me see.
Is it on there?
It's this was in the New York Post or whatever, but I don't know who actually did the study. I'll look it up. But I just want to say this. Number one, it's always something when it comes to anything.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
hear all the time, do this in moderation, do this. And now all these things are coming out about cannabis. So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on how they should basically treat cannabis going forward? Because now it's becoming a little bit, the more and more it's legalized in other states, because Governor Abbott, as a matter of fact, in Texas, he just recently vetoed the THC bill.
In Texas?
Yes, which means that they're getting closer and closer to possibly having the same, situation as California and a lot of other states,
Oh man, once Texas says it's okay to have weed,
Now, with
it's
all
a
these
wrap.
studies,
It's a wrap.
do you guys think that they'll put it under the same category as alcohol?
They should.
know?
Well, let me calm down. Actually, they should, because even though this new study came about, right?
Mm-hmm.
We still know that marijuana does not have the same effects as alcohol does, right? So it should be, in the same category level drug as alcohol,
Yes.
But once again, everybody, look, moderation. You don't have to, you don't have to get drunk or have too many, glasses of alcohol. No, you don't have to smoke a whole eighth or whatever y'all doing. Moderation. And we're gonna do something. Either we're gonna eat a cheeseburger, when we don't need to. We gonna, consume too much salt or sugar. Just make sure you do everything in moderation.
Real talk.
Just like Shima said, moderation, and go work out. Because we not perfect, and there's too many things out here that can keep us. That takes us off track of what we really need to be on. But as long as you stay mildly focused on what you need to do, you're going to be decent. Because just because a person don't smoke, don't drink, you can hydrate all kind of. You can still drop dead tomorrow, And we've known people who smoke cigarettes every day and eat steak all the time and still living. So, moderation. Just don't get crazy with it. That's the main thing. Just take care of yourself.
And again, it was published in a journal, Heart.
There you go. Heart.
So, and I don't know who did the study still, but it's in the Heart. The journal that it's in is.
They said it was supposed to be the
is
largest study done on cannabis,
Wow, that is
Yes.
interesting. I need to read that.
and it caused like inflammation in general. So it's like this is affecting cardiovascular disease. It said joints, just inflammation in the body.
Wow.
And it's crazy because you always heard that helps with inflammation.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So now it's like, well,
It's
is it?
not.
It's not.
Wow, that's crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if anybody's going to mention. I mean, I know that it's still cannabis, but I wonder if they're going to mention that it's a lot going on with science with that also.
Modifying it up.
Exactly. So
Like,
I wonder.
yeah, I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Right,
Kind
say
of
that again.
role.
You know how like they modified it. Like this is
In
not
it.
the weed that's out now is not the same weed from
Oh,
back in the day. So I wonder
Remember
if
when I
that,
said what happened to regular weed? Remember I said this a long time ago. I said what
You
happened
did,
to
you did.
regular weed? You know,
you
Yeah.
did.
that's why like when I do partake, I need to know who's growing it. Cause I'm not going to the dispensary no more. No disrespect to the dispensaries, but I wanna know my grower like a family member. Cause I wanna know exactly what you putting in your marijuana.
From the farm to the table.
Yeah, I need it to be regular, homie. Look, organic. A.
No, yeah, facts.
You're like non-GMO.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
Look, I put too much care into my body
Don't
now,
splice
boy.
my strains. Don't,
Yeah.
Also, I want to know, how does everybody feel? We moving on to the next topic about this. The United States carried out the military attack on Iran, and now they have a ceasefire agreement. So that's supposed to be in place. Because I feel like this is going to tie into the missile later on, which had everybody on edge.
Look.
How does everybody feel about this? Like, I feel like it just seems like it just has everybody on edge now.
Look, low key, I was scared because I don't know if anybody paid attention to what was it, Spiritual World or something like that on Instagram. They were saying New York, DC, LA, and someplace else, like there might be a bomb coming our way for the next 48 hours. Man, I was nervous. Like, and even my partner hit me, was like, look, let's go to the Wu-Tang concert. I'm like, damn, like, I'll go to the Wu-Tang concert. This might be the last thing I see.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
I mean, I just feel like that is a real possibility in regards to looking at this situation that's happening right now between Israel and Iran, and when they retaliated and hit the Qatar base, I know everybody was so grateful that there weren't any casualties.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, I hate to say it, but we don't want none of this smoke. We don't want this smoke.
Because
we don't want it.
Listen, the first nuclear bomb, the world is done. Not just one place. It's not going to be like Hiroshima. No, everybody's done. It's over for us. We don't want that.
I just feel like it's
peace.
such a stressful situation when you see the U.S. backing so many other things interests that's just this ain't even our fight,
And when you really know what they fighting over, right? It's like, bro, really? Like, man, this ain't my issue, homie.
They said we don't vote for the smoke. That sums it all up right there.
Yeah,
We don't
exactly.
vote for the smoke.
Oh my
So tell us about this. Now, with all that going on, if I'm talking about this a missile-like. First of all, I didn't even like the way the headline came across my phone.
Right.
Missile-like?
Right.
Missile-like.
Missile-like?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, man, we need definitive
And you said it was on Fig?
off of Fig. Someone
Man.
off of Fig, man.
As a matter of
It
fact,
came across citizens.
4525 South Figueroa Street. to be exact. So,
You know what's crazy? Look,
Be careful.
I passed by there yesterday.
Around what time? No, I'm just
Midday, man. Oh my God. Look.
So
yeah, they talking about missile-like object under somebody's house.
I know.
Oh, homie.
I
What?
might be ignorant in this. In
Don't feel bad. I am too.
But I just feel like, how you get a whole ass missile? How you get a missile at your house? Like how
It's
did you get? Like
possible.
did you put it in a car? Did you put it in a truck? Did you put it in a U-Haul?
Look,
how did it get there? Like what's going on here? What's going on?
Listen to me. When I seen a rocket launcher in person,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, how did you look?
Exactly.
Did your stomach start hurting?
You picking it up like this? You carrying it out the car like this? You know what I'm saying? You using
I chugged them deuces
What's
fast.
going on?
Look, I said I don't want to be a part of none of this.
Somebody
I'm
come
out
in
of
the
here.
house. Say, hey, help me get this missile under the house. Real quick.
No, I'm not doing
Right.
anything. No, a missile.
I'm done.
A missile.
Spaceships.
How you gonna even shoot that?
I'm starting to see missiles on Figueroa. Spaceships on road plans. Missiles.
Oh my God.
I just want to say that this prompted an investigation of the entire neighborhood over there. So I know neighbors are so unhappy.
Block getting investigated.
So unhappy.
Y'all got
because
missiles.
That's just too much. For
They
no
need
reason.
to be investigated. I don't care. Look. Oh my God.
Missile-like device.
Also, tell us about the 60. These are the rest of the rapid fires, so we're gonna be moving fast. Tell us about the 60 missing kids in Florida.
I never even heard about that. Why are there 60 missing kids? What color are they? I mean, what race are they? I mean, not that it matters, but that matters.
Kids.
But still, you know.
What's up with these kids, Jimmy?
Okay, so limit screen time because honestly.
No, the missing kids.
Oh, the missing kids. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong. See, that's why I need to stay off this phone.
See,
Stay off the phone.
That missile got you shook.
Stay off the phone. 60 kids, y'all. It was 60 kids found in Florida, and this is just.
Wait a minute. Is they found or
found
they're
them.
missing?
They found. They were 60
They
kids
were
who were
missing,
missing.
and they
Who
were
were
found.
missing. Were missing.
Sound like a Netflix. Oh.
Some of them were already reported. Some of them were missing and exploited. Some of them had issues already. They were found, and they said that this operation took multiple agencies to do this crackdown to find these kids. But 60 kids. Think about the realization of that number alone. You know what I mean? 60
That's a
kids
lot
were
of
found.
kids.
And they said that this is like one of the biggest busts like this in Florida. And they used so many people to help this happen. And they arrested 8 culprits already.
You know what?
So 8 people have been,
Let me know what y'all think,
Arrested.
but I feel like this. Sometimes we hear so many stories about these missing children. It's something very sinister going on when it comes to these kids. And I feel like this doesn't get enough coverage as it should. Like
It's
all-
not.
absolutely.
when you think about all the stuff that occupies the space of news and information,
And it's the
things
stuff.
like trafficking children, because that's what this is about. When you're taking kids at that rate, where are they going to? Why do so many
How
kids
old
go
are these
missing
kids?
all the time?
They range from 9 to 17. So
Oh my God.
Like
Exactly.
we gotta protect the kids, man.
and,
for
and
real.
think about that age
They coming
range.
up missing.
17, 9 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
So you're going from elementary school
to high school.
probably like a senior or something. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And you've been abducted, you've been with this group, and then you're with a group of other kids. You're not even like,
That's sick.
so it's just like a world out here that we have to really just watch ourselves, be careful, and
Keep an eye on
if
the
you see
kids.
something, say something. And this is not the first. I just want to say in the past few months, Texas had another bust with kids.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And
So-
it's actually a lot of people too that are on social media going live, seeing things that are look out of place. And I've seen a couple of people that have busted. Like, remember the guy that
Followed that
called
person
and
on
followed,
the
followed the
truck.
U-Haul.
They followed the
was
truck on the
live,
freeway.
called the police. They pulled over the U-Haul full of kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
man,
people out
that's
there,
not cool,
people
bro.
out there cracking cases. So shout out
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
community.
Hey man, we're gonna have to. When it comes to this, we're gonna have to really come together.
Community. Yeah.
Community, because one thing I don't play. You don't play with kids. You don't.
That's it.
You don't play with kids. I'm sorry. So even if you're damn near risk your life, hey, sorry. You're gonna have to step up, straight up.
All right, let me know what y'all think about this. Are they overconfident or what's going on? Puff Daddy's trial, right? The prosecution making their closing arguments, they handing it over to the defense. And there is a growing report that's saying the defense may not call any witnesses. They may rest. It's been reports coming out that they feel that the prosecution has not proven the racketeering and RICO charges to the point where they're not even gonna call nobody.
Including Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy will not take the stand, and there's been reports that they are not going to call a single witness.
Bet if they that damn confident, hey, they must know something we do not.
Listen, I'll say this. The prosecution called 34 witnesses that they've been listening to for the past few weeks, okay?
I mean, but
And then for the defense team to say 0.
But
We'll see.
we've been hearing that the prosecution, the people that they've been calling on the stand really haven't been saying anything effective. Like they rocking with Diddy. So
Remember, I'll say this. Remember this trial is about a RICO. You know what I mean? So collusion, racketeering, these are things that they're trying to prove. And honestly, and shout out to Armand Wiggins, because we've been watching him. He's given the most thorough.
Diddy.
Yeah, he's given the most thorough,
Thoroughly entertaining.
thorough and entertaining at that breakdown of this case. So if you haven't checked him out, check him out on YouTube. His name is Armand Wiggins, the Armand Wiggins channel.
Yes.
So check him out. But
All right, we got like a couple more. We can get these before.
okay.
All right, shout out to Nas performing
Illmatic.
Illmatic live
What you know about it?
in Las Vegas
Philharmonic.
starts July 9th. If you can see that, I already know it's going to be amazing.
Exactly.
I'm going.
Nas Illmatic with the
I'm going.
with the Philharmonic.
Yes.
I'm going.
Yes.
I just need to know who's
Yes.
coming with me.
Yes.
Come on. You know,
Who's rolling? I'm going. Boy, what? Nas? Oh, man.
too much screen time has been linked to aggression and depression in kids.
Yes.
So all these studies are confirming what it's kind of like you know this stuff, but then the science just backs it up. Like
But
stay
they've been saying the
on
people
these damn
who
phones too much.
The people who's presented, social media to us,
Right.
they don't use it.
They
don't
won't even
use
let
it.
their kids.
Yeah. So stop using it.
So especially,
so much.
So the study
Stop
said,
using it so
especially if
much.
they're under 2. If they're under 2, don't put a device in their hands. Don't let them. Don't let them stare at a screen all day. Don't let them partake in this stuff. It's causing anxiety. It's causing aggression, and it's causing depression. And these are school-age kids and kids in general. So if you're exposed to all of the screen time collectively, and then
You gotta be potty trained, man. First of all.
and then on top of that, you
Yeah,
have to-
exactly.
You can't be playing Fruit
and they're
Ninja
talking
and you got a
about
diaper
about
on, man.
all screen time too, because a lot of times in school they're actually spending a few hours on the device, but they're able to also do other things and play games. But so it's like in every way, we may have to like even limit them from using it recreationally at school as well, because it's just too much. It's too much,
Facts. Overstimulating. You're right, Mimi.
And we're
Very
talking about kids.
overstimulating.
So at the end of the day, should we be dealing with these things in our society as far as like aggression, anxiety, and depression with kids just from a screen? Just from, think about it. When a kid gets
Shut it down.
cyberbullied,
Shut it
or when
down.
a kid gets
Shut
exposed to
it
something that they
down.
shouldn't see online,
Shut it down.
like you cannot reverse some of those things.
Shut
you know?
it down. Yeah.
You won't let your kids talk to strangers. Don't let them chat with strangers.
Oh,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. And also Missouri roads melting.
oh man!
Is this global warming? Well, how the hell did
Did
the
y'all
road
see
melt?
that buckle?
Nah, that's
Missouri
crazy.
road melted. from the
That's
heat.
crazy.
How hot is it in Missouri?
It was 117 degrees, and they said it was also humid. So they said between the humidity in Missouri and the heat,
Man,
that's what caused it. But
Damn.
that's hot.
I know one place I won't be going soon.
drink your water, y'all.
Eat some fruit too.
Mind
Maybe
your
the road
business.
need to drink some
And
water.
remember the dehydration test. Pinch back of your wrist for like 5 seconds, hold it, let it go. Your skin don't snap right back in place. You need to hydrate.
I might need to hydrate.
Yeah, so make sure you do that. And that is our show.
Thank
Remind
y'all.
y'all, this show is supported by Art Beauty Equilibrium Salon and Barbershop. All your barbershop needs, we got you covered. All your salon needs, we got you covered. And also honey, nut, and cocoa hair care products available in our salon and also on artbeautyequilibrium.com.
And also on TikTok.
TikTok as well.
Yes, make
Love
sure you like,
y'all.
subscribe, and share.
Like, subscribe, and share. Yes, exactly.
We will see you next week.
That part.
Kick it up.